Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody watching? While I have my naked mango machine fruit drink, it's Jonathan. I'll just wait for some viewers if anybody has got nothing else to do on a Wednesday lunchtime. All right. Oh, all right. Everyone's joining. Right. That's good. Hello from Orkney on a stunningly beautiful day. I've just done a quick video to camera that I'll put out later. Enjoying your juice? I am actually, and I've just had a Tesco special 3-for-1 sort of thing. So I tried to go today up Wyford Hill, which is the highest point on Orkney, where there's some huge TV and 4G masts. Yeah, epic. But I couldn't get up the road because it's sheltered by a bank, and it's a really hard frost last night. And good old trusty Leaf got halfway up and just didn't want to go up any further. So I'm halfway down Wyford Hill. I'll just show you where I am. If I flip the camera, see preparations, everything. That there is sort of the entrance to Scapa Flow. Actually, let me show you. Now you look for some really dodgy camera work. There's Scapa Flow there. Oh, let's get out of the car. It is gorgeous up here today. So I've got a Scapa Flow there. That's Kirkwall, and this is some of the, I think they're all BT dishes, etc. The lady just parked her TT here to walk the because she couldn't get up the hill. I'll just take you to the end here. But it was too slippery, and it's a really steep wall, and the traction control wasn't having any of it. So there that's sort of looking out towards the Northern Isles, and that's Hatston where the ferry comes in, and yeah, that's Kirkwall. Hello from wet Dublin. Hello Dublin. So this is a gorgeous Orkney today. We haven't had any snow, just a very hard frost. That's Scapa Flow, where interestingly we do have some, you can see it in the light, some oil rigs which get moored up here. I think they're what's the word, accommodation blocks, accommodation rigs. So when it's not worth them pulling oil out of the sea or out the seabed, they get moored up here. So yeah, but look at that, blue skies, just gorgeous. It's a real shame we didn't get to the top of Wyford Hill, which is just over the brow of that, and there's some more masts, and it's because it's just on a day like today, it is absolutely stunning to be at the top of Wyford Hill. But anyway, so yeah, so it's I've just done a video just thanking everyone for all their support over the last 12 months. I'm going to get back in the car because I can't see, because it's too bright. Let's get back in. Let's see if I can do this without ending the broadcast. I can answer any questions that might pop up. See, I'm really good at this. There we go. So it's been a busy 2019. I've just done a video, and I'll repeat myself now because anyone can ask questions if they want to. But I want to thank, first of all, Tim's Travels. Tim Shearer, my good friend, has done lots of trips for me this year in collecting EVs and handing them over. So I appreciate Tim's help, as well as James and Kate, great EV advocates, and they've got a great YouTube channel called James and Kate. So tune into them. And Alex of A&J Transport and his son called Alex Senior, Alex Junior. They're a transport company with a trailer and a pickup, and they've moved a huge amount of EVs around the country. When myself couldn't drive or have the time, James and Kate were too busy, and Tim couldn't do it. So between where are we, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of us, we've managed to move a huge amount of EVs. Yes, there has been a noticeable increase of EVs on Orkney, but not just Orkney, I'd say UK wide. I've had the busiest 2 months, November and December's not finished yet, ever. So I was just looking at my stock book before I came out. I think we've done nearly 22 EVs from mid-November to now. So it's about 4 weeks, which is great. I think partly due to the fact that I'm doing an honest EV buying service where I just put £300 across the car plus VAT, so it's £360 is my profit margin. I Eco Cars' mission statement, which sounds really posh, is just to get bums on seats, just to get people driving EVs as cheaply as possible. So that's worked really well. People like honesty. Isn't that a surprise? People like an honest car dealer. That sounds really bad. That all car dealers are dishonest. I didn't mean that, as in I'm transparent, so you know how much the cars have cost me in the transport and my bit on top. So that's been really popular. Lots happening in the EV world next year. Loads of cars coming to market. I'm not going to rattle them all off because there's lots of videos out there and lots of web pages discussing such like. So, but for 2020, there's some really interesting, possible, massive changes happening with my business that I'm really, really excited about, that will have implications for Orkney, but further afield as well. So I'm really looking forward to that possibly coming off and happening. It's all pointing the right way. So I'll watch this space. So tonight I'm testing the Model 3. Yes, we have got, I've spotted 2 Model 3s, a white one and a red one. I don't know the people that have got them personally, but I have seen a couple of Model 3s on Orkney, as well as I think I've got half a dozen Model S and at least one Model X. I know the gentleman who owns the Model X. Yeah, huge uptake of EVs on Orkney, but also south as well. And I think we've passed that tipping point. It's becoming mainstream now, and so many inquiries I'm getting via my website that means people are finally waking up to the fact that EVs are here to stay, not just a flash in the pan. A lot of motor dealers and franchise dealers have got to get up to speed and have got to understand the product, particularly Nissan, who sadly I think have gone off the boil, which is a shame because they were the first with the Leaf. Mild hybrid. What's a mild hybrid? It's like a Prius. You can't plug it in, so you might get a mile range out of a mild hybrid if you drive it with the lightest of throttle inputs. Yeah, it does, and it's not just to sell cars. It's just to get people into cars that are electric. That's just what I want to do. Fully charged was great this year as well. Was at Silverstone. This year and next year, 2020, it's going to be at Farnborough, 1st, 2nd and 3rd of May at Farnborough. So hopefully I will be there as Eco Cars as well. So that will be exciting. And might possibly be going to Texas. Don't know yet, but might be. I've probably said too much. I'm not going to say any more. So it's been a really, really interesting 2019. Really, really great to see EVs taking off and being considered seriously by more and more people, which has got to be a good thing. All right, okay. Thank you, Carl. I bought a 24. Thank you, Carl. I've sold a number of people cars, and I'll be honest, I used to remember registrations and people's names and faces, and it's a bit embarrassing now because if I'm like at Fully Charged, I've told what to me are strangers come up to me and start talking to me, and they realise probably from the look on my face that you don't remember me, do you? Oh, I'm so sorry, I don't. So with the hundreds and hundreds of people we've sold cars to, maybe it's my age, but I am starting to not remember car registrations and I used to. Maybe it's the onset of old age that's kicking in. But thank you, Cole, for your business. I can't remember your name off the top of my head, which is really embarrassing. But thank you for watching now. Anyone else got any questions? Yes, I've not heard. Okay. Oh, I'm missing these comments. Oh, hang on. Oh, there we go. I can. I bought last month. Oh, that's right. Carl Taylor. Yes. Was that a 30 kilowatts? I think it was. Tim Kirk. Fully sure. Yeah, we were very busy. We were sort of 5-6 people deep around our stand. Yeah, Mitsubishi have gone quiet, although they're now in collaboration with Nissan. Whether that's a good thing or not, I don't know. But I've not heard of any upgrades for the IMEV battery pack wise. Lots of people now doing retrofit upgrades to EVs. At Fully Charged, there was a guy whose name of the business I've forgotten, who does an upgrade for the Renault Twizy with a battery owned vehicle. Yeah, it would. Yeah, a fully electric Mitsubishi Outlander would be really, really good. Outlanders are still stepping stones for most people who haven't got the courage to go to a full EV. What's the state of health on your Leaf? I ought to do it again. I think it's around about 93%, which is on par with all the other 40 kilowatts. That's right. That's what I was talking about earlier. I'm catching the Aberdeen boat tonight to go down south to see my wife, who is caring for her parents who are quite ill at the moment. So we're going to. I'm going to drive south on the. I'm going on the Aberdeen boat tonight that leaves at 11 p.m. and gets into Aberdeen docks for 7 a.m. Thursday, and I'm just going to drive straight down to Leicester. So I will be doing a glimpse, so you can catch up with me, see how I'm doing, if you so desire, and then I might do some more YouTube live broadcasts on my way down. So I'm banking on my first stop being Kinross Park and Ride, and then south of T-Bay is what I'm aiming for. I've not planned it. I will just get to Kinross, which is about 114 miles. So then I'm just going to, whilst I'm at the charge, I'll just look for the next rapid charges, and I'm just going to take my usual route. I'm not like James. I don't just go on a wing and a prayer. I stick to what I know. So it could be good old Ecotricity charges and Charge Place Scotland before I get south of the border, and then Ecotricity all the way down. So I reckon I'll get down with three rapids. It is a lot easier now. Yes, I would like a Nissan to do a 64 kilowatt EMV. Yeah, they might do it. And Nissan have really got to change the way they're doing things. Every other car manufacturer that's coming out with an EV has got thermal management on the battery, and Nissan, for whatever reason, just don't seem to be going down that route at all. And I think their new 4x4, what do they call it, SUV crossover is going to be a soft hybrid as well, which is disappointing. Yeah, they have dropped the ball. I agree. It's great if you want to tow with the Outlander. Yes, I like the Outlander. I mean, I've bought to order about 5 or 6 over the last 12 months. And then when it's been quiet, I've actually gone down and driven them back up. My wife drove the last one back up about a month ago when she came up to visit for a week. And now she averaged, and my wife never plugs cars in, she averaged 39.8 miles to the gallon, which is not bad for a 2-litre petrol sitting at the national speed limit over the best part of 700 miles. So yeah, it's okay. It's not diesel economy, but diesel with the particulates and everything is not great. But for your normal use, the Outlander is great. if you're doing 30 miles a day to and from work, plug it in while it's parked up. Yeah. Yeah, well, I've got an owner up here who's got an Outlander. He's had it for 3.5 years. He's got 88,000 miles on the clock. His average miles per gallon over the lifetime of the car was 88 miles per gallon. Because he drives, I think, something like 32 miles to work from Bury, the south of Orkney, to Stromness, which is on the west coast. And the last 3 or 4 miles, he has to use the petrol engine. Then he plugs in at work and then goes back to home. Again, 3 or 4 miles on petrol and then plugs in at work. The cold pack was a lovely warm bun this winter. Yes, I think I do. Those 24 kilowatt hour centres with cold pack were quite rare. There were 14 plates, and they only made them with a cold pack for about 6 months, and then they stopped offering it because they wanted people to get into Technas, I think, which had it standard. Yeah, the 24 centre with cloth seats and cold pack is all good. And if it's a 6.6 as well, even better. I like my Leaf 2.0 for that. It's cloth seats, but it's got heated seats and heated steering wheel. And I do like it on days like today. Yes, it does actually. So the IMEV, if you rapid it like 3 or 4 times, and you can hear the air conditioning come on, and it blows quite hard, and it's blowing it across the battery pack. In fact, I've got a video coming out where I've dropped a battery pack in an IMEV that I bought that needs a serious amount of welding, and when we dropped it, you can actually see the hole where the air conditioning ducts fit into the top of the battery pack to blow cool air across. Okay, right, 63 plate 3.3. Yeah, very good. Right, I've got, am I missing comments? Oh, there we go. Right, Andy, hi Andy. And 80% state of health. 88% state of health is 80,000 miles. That's brilliant. Very, very good. Is that a 3.3? That's amazing. That's excellent. In fact, the video I did of a Techna for Pete on the island, he'd got 60,000 miles, and his state of health was 96%, which again is just brilliant. Yeah, it's very good, Steve Doherty. Yeah, it is. So the secret to any EV is don't leave it at 100% charged. Don't leave it below 20% for any extended period of time. And give it a mixed diet. A few rapids, a few 10 amp granny cables, and a few level 1 or level 2s. Is good for the battery long term. Right, well, if no one's got any more questions, I will be doing a glimpse tomorrow, do some more broadcasts on the way down. Why did it rust? It came from an owner who lived just north of Aberdeen, and he lived on an estate, like a, what's the word? A large farm, a large estate, and it was absolutely caked in mud underneath. So I steam cleaned underneath, and all the little pockets underneath the chassis were caked in mud. And I think that's what caused the rot to set in a lot quicker than it normally does on the IMEV, because it was just caked in damp mud most of the time. So I'm going to video it. It's with my body shop, and they are stacked out with work, so it's sort of on the back burner. So when they're slack, they're doing a bit and then doing a bit. But I will be doing a condensed video of everything that we did to it. I even got my own hands dirty, just to prove that the battery pack's fine. I think it's approaching 80,000 miles, that little IMEV, registered 2011, one owner from new. He's now got a Model 3. There's a jump, isn't there? From a Mitsubishi IMEV to a Tesla Model 3. So I'm going to document what we've had to do to get it back on the road, but the battery is absolutely fine. I've not talked to that Dutchman. I've actually seen what he's been doing. It looks pretty amazing. Am I missing comments? Companies, yes, there are plenty of companies. There's the one in Holland that's putting up new battery packs. It looks very interesting. Not ready to jump into TV just yet. Can't get my head around the infrastructure, but when I do, I love to get the content. Inspire me a car. Oh, excellent. I'm doing my trip. Where's my list? I've got my famous list that James never uses. I think I've got it in. No, I haven't. No, I've got that, and I've got my other guide. I thought I had my list I show people on where I stop. It must be in my work folder. But I'm doing the trip tomorrow. This will be my 49th trip from either Orkney to Leicester or Leicester to Orkney. 49 times. So there's no other way of saying it. To say the infrastructure's not there yet is not correct, because it is there. Just requires a little bit of planning. And it's now 4 years since me and Chris Ramsey of Plugged In Adventures did John O'Groats Land's End, stopped at Land's End for 40 minutes, turned around and drove back to John O'Groats. Stupid thing to do. We were awake for 52 hours. We were so tired. But we just proved you could drive in 2015 from the top of Scotland to the bottom of the UK and back in a full electric car. And we did it. And if you type into Google Nissan Leaf John O'Groats Land's End, you'll see the story that, the BBC did back in 2015 to cover it. It's still out there on the interwebs, and Nissan also picked up on it as well. In fact, they lent us a press car to do it in. Right. Yeah, most people charge at home. I mean, I just charge at home the whole time. I rarely use a rapid charger, only when I'm going south. But then I have got a larger battery EV, of course. It's great not having to back on. Yes. We don't have that inconvenience of going to those smelly petrol stations to fill up with that very expensive dinosaur juice, do we? Very good. Right, rather than sit here rambling on, I'm going to sign off. If no one's got any more questions, for those that have subscribed, I appreciate your support, and I love the comments. Someone said in one of my last videos that I sound a little bit like Arthur Daly, and it probably ages that gentleman a little bit as well as myself, because people of a certain age will remember what and who Arthur Daly was. But I'm not Arthur Daly. I'm just passionate about EVs. So thanks for watching, and watch out for a video I did about half an hour ago when I'm going to put some pictures in, make it a bit more polished than this. You remember him as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.